allow the two children to attend the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo jojojojo. Mayegun la wa mo, la mo jojojojo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. Please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Like it. Share it. Yes, sorry that we are starting late again tonight, but trust me, the wait is going to be worth it. They said that Tifnumbu is currently having a work stay in France. What does that even mean? The Liverpool house is a guest house. Almost abandoned. Now it is worth $2.2 million. The Chinese firm that Nigeria is owning, they have put this house on sale, or put this house for sale on eBay. Nigeria is owing 74 million euro. Litigation fee is a debt. and he's from Ogun State. Mutide. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Mayegun Live, and top of the day to you as you tune in into this program this evening, at this moment. Yesterday, the news then was that Tinubu was going to France, or Tinubu went to France to possibly go negotiate the out-of-court settlement on this 74 million euros, $74 million or 70 million pounds, whatever it is. It is a debt that Nigeria incurred after breaching a common bilateral agreement. Ebikunle, which is Irokunle Omomoshi, the man, the facilitator of all of this, currently said it was a mistake that he terminated it because he thought they were dubious on first paragraph. The next paragraph, he said, well, they were dubious. That's why he terminated it. Right now, the court in the UK has granted the firm the right to begin to sell any of the assets of Nigeria that they have already confiscated and claimed. So far, so good. They've claimed 2 guest houses of Nigeria's in Liverpool. They even have an address for that. I think, yeah. If you are watching from Liverpool, you probably should know this property and where it is. And if you probably didn't know before, now you do. So Nigeria, this house, one second. Let me put that back on the screen, right? This property in England, Liverpool, happened to be one of Nigeria's properties in the UK as Nigeria government. This particular one and the another one also not far from it is on 15 Aigburth Road. And the second one, which is currently on currently at Beech Lodge, 49 Calderstones Road, both in Liverpool, that have been put up for sale on eBay for $2.2 million. Now, this is just a fragment or a fraction. It's not even probably a droplet. Can anyone calculate the percentage of what $2.2 million would be from $74 million? Let's even use dollars now. So you need about 30 of $2 million or 32 of $2 million. So that could be like maybe just about 3% of the whole money. The other 3 aircraft, they confiscated in France, right? They haven't put a value on the 2, although they released one, which are just the 2 supposedly new aircraft bought by Tinubu. You see, Nigeria is at a stage right now that even if these properties, most of these are or call them abandoned, unused properties outside Nigeria, you see, there is this hunch that I've got, right? It's pretty much based on the, antecedent of the character we're talking about, Tinubu. By the time he is done with you, some of these properties that this Chinese firm and others probably knows about Nigeria, they will change name and title in the next few years. Just so you kind of put that aside, right? Because to them, right, if this didn't come as a means of a kind of embarrassment, the way it came, right, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. Anyway, so Tinubu bought 2 old aircrafts as new one for Nigeria. Tinubu said the aircraft bought by Obasanjo 19 years ago is too old and too expensive to maintain. So he decided to, draw out over 150 billion naira in procuring one of these aircraft, right? So he bought two of them currently in France. Another one, making it 3 in France, but that one is like, there for maintenance. 19-year-old aircraft is too old. So they were buying brand new one. That's what they told people. Now they used 150 billion naira to buy a 14-year-old aircraft as a new one. Yeah, you hear me right? When Bokwari was there, he said he was maintaining the national fleet, presidential fleet, with 3 billion, 3.5 billion, 5 billion, like that. And I remember, same on this diary, right? I covered all of that as part of their profligacy and then their criminality at the time. Financial recklessness. Guess how much Tifnumbu said they spent in maintaining aircraft in the last 1 year? Guess. Okay, maybe you do know or not. 15 billion naira. And according to them, they needed brand new aircraft to cut down the cost of maintaining the presidential fleet. So they paid 150 billion naira for a 14-year-old aircraft. Took it to France for refurbishment, for customization, to customize it. Then the people, they terminated their agreement, like nonchalantly, or should we say criminally, by the way, because it wasn't like they did it by mistake or anything. It was actually like intentional. It didn't work out at the end. So that now cost Nigeria $74 million. So the debtor was hunting all over the world. Anywhere where they see Nigeria property, anywhere, even anywhere in Africa, they can claim it. That's the court of arbitration judgment. So they released one aircraft in the course of that conversation. They released one to go and bring Tifnumbu. He was so happy to climb it. That's one fraud that you'll find out later. Somebody told you 19-year-old aircraft is too old and too expensive to maintain, but he ended up paying the price of a new one for a used aircraft. Sold, according to what we heard, sold to him by his pal, the Shaguri, Gilbert Shaguri. So right now, like I said, we haven't heard back from Tifnumbu and gang, okay, about these properties going up on sale going up for sale on eBay. But here is someone who believes that if Nigeria was a country, somebody should be in jail right now, and that should be Irokunle Omamushi.
Governor Ibukula Amosun should be with the DSS right now, rather than jumping on the internet and responding to Professor Utomi and others. I think once again we have thrown ourselves into the international fora as another country that does not stick to agreements. And when you don't stick to agreement, you tend to drive investors away, embarrass yourself. No matter what effort you put in on domestic front, your agreements must be sacrosanct. That's been a major problem in the aviation industry, and I think this again has also woken us up to see that we need to have our agreements to be sacrosanct and empower an independent judiciary. Because the Chinese man refused to come to any court in Nigeria because he was not sure of getting a fair judgment. And even if he gets a judgment, implementation might be difficult, might take years. That's why he had to run out of the country. And in running out now, we have been badly embarrassed. And I think this is another lesson for us to tidy up our sense of agreement, that agreements between government agencies and government, any arm of government, with anybody, whether domestic or international, you do not toy with it. From conception to implementation, to signing and implementation, you must ensure you pay for a good lawyer to look at it, to ensure that every line corresponds and becomes favorable so you don't get your fingers burnt. That's what.
You get that? So because it is government and there is no consequences. So someone was talking about when you look at all these guys signing this international agreement, we are bringing investor, we are bringing this. You see them, they love the photo up for it. You know, if you go online, you will see there is no single state governor in Nigeria that you will not see him signing agreement with either Chinese or Europeans or Lebanese or Indians and all these guys to come and kind of like invest, or as contractors who are going to be helping them to build this. They love it. But guess what? Apart from the photo op, and then the money, they are going to use that to steal, right? Everything else in that whole agreement, majority of them don't even know what is written inside it. They don't care. You know? So, but Koolu is in France. And I bet he's probably also gotten the news. He's got the news, right? That they are putting this house for sale. Somebody can buy that from Nigeria, especially from all your looters, to save face, right? One person can actually write the check of that 74 million. Just write it off. Save face. Seyi Tifnumbu can write it off. You get? He's got over 11 million dollars house here in the UK. And he's also a business partner to Shaguri's son. What's that one's name? Ronald Abina Roberts. The guy has so much enough that, I mean, they just got $13 billion worth of contract from Tifnumbu just within 3 months of Tifnumbu's capturing Nigeria. They could write all this off, but nah. Rather than write it off that way, they might borrow money to pay it and then change the title of the properties to their names. I mean, they did it in Lagos, remember? Primero, BRT, Primero. These were like, BRT bus was going to be the improvement of transportation in Lagos, remember? That was Lagos State government project, wasn't it? They even went to the bond, what do you call that thing again? It's a bond market, to raise fund, 50 billion naira. That's how much they raised from do you call it bond market or something? To start BRT in Lagos. But today, BRT is 100% owned by Primero. Primero is another company owned by one of Tifnumbu's children, no doubt. And even the person they put in charge of the BRT itself. Guess the scam here now is that they used public money. Lagos is in debt that they wanted improved transportation. So they borrowed money in their name, started a company that's supposed to be like a parastat, or should be a parastat or a part of their Ministry of Transportation. No. So they just set up that, and then they added it over to themselves as the owners, who are like shareholders. But guess who is paying the salaries of those who are working for BRT? Lagos State government. That is exactly. So to them, there's no real much difference per se. Lagos money is Tifnumbu's money, is what they say. Now that he's in charge of Nigeria money is Tifnumbu's money. Nigeria property is Tifnumbu's property. And there's so much of that already, so much of such deals going on, right? That ordinarily, to me, this embarrassment could have been avoided. Like, I heard that they went to London, okay? They went to London to go and to offer this Chinese company, investor, right? To offer them $5 million out of court settlements. It was so ridiculous that They couldn't even like make the offer when they met with these guys. Like, are you mad? But they said these guys did not meet with them because they seem to have known what the court will say. They were adamant. They do not want to negotiate anything. Are you joking? 70 million to 5 million. And then you go back to Nigeria. Your news media will say Nigerian government cleared 75 million debt. So they rejected. Now, Tifnumbu is in France, even though he's supposed to be meeting with Macron, as well as these guys. But others are saying, no, that's not even his priority. His priority is to kind of tell these guys to hand off the aircraft, okay? And they can go out, or I mean, they can go after everything else they want from Nigeria, but leave the aircraft. Don't touch the toys. Don't touch the shining objects. They said Koolu is in France. Officially, according to the Old Rock, right? They said Koolu is in France for a work stay. I have never heard that before. I think Jimi Disu also felt same. Like, what does that even mean? Work stay or work visits. It's not there to meet the government of France and all of that, you know. But guess what? They're going to come back and tell you it's there to meet investors to know. It's there for two things. I'll tell you when I get back. Here is Jimi Disu asking, like, what does that even mean?
I want the State House correspondent to ask Mr. Ngalale to please, I don't even know if he's around now, to please explain what a work stay is. Does it mean that the president has shifted his office to France and is going to work from there? And that if so, at what cost? And who's going to foot the bill? Because the president never moves alone. We all know that the president has medical challenges like everybody, and we all know that his famous doctors are in France. If he's going for medicals, we would have loved if it was stated, then we know that the president, maybe his ADC, 1 or 8 are going. But if you say it's a work stay, then it means that the presidency has moved. People should realize the implications of some of the words that they coin. A work stay means that the presidency has moved to France. Whereas the honest to God truth is this: if the president is human, if he's sick, he's sick. If his doctors are in France and not in Nigeria, so be it. We knew that before we elected him. So we were ready to contend with that. Anybody who says we're ready to contend with that has another thing coming. So there's no point pretending about it. The president has an appointment with his doctors. We expect him to be back in the next 5 days. People will criticize, but at least I want the state of...
At least they will know. You've got Bokwari 2.0. I'll tell you what I believe is doing in France. I said 2, maybe 3. And the list of them is actually that of the aircraft, confiscated aircraft. Is sure as anything that that's nothing. Okay? And I say nothing, I'm not saying that it's just going to was in and then take the aircraft. No. Yeah, there is a court judgment that says the aircrafts are now confiscated. But the same France released one of them. So they will release the rest, whatever agreement is going to be like. Or signing off Nigeria. While he's also attending to those who we believe probably have is more than his nude. He's sick, no doubt. He's demented, of course. But he's an hardened criminal that will use every means. In the last 1 year, among this kind of all these things they've done when they went to their France, Tifnumbu put a stunt where he said he was building a 700-kilometer road from Lagos to Calabar. Then he was going to build another one. He's going to build another one, 1,000-kilometer road from Sokoto to Lagos. So these two, the first one will go up $13.8 billion. Massive. No bidding, no nothing. And he handed that to his pal, his confidant. I mean, he listed Shaguri as his confidant. And wherever that fund is going to come from, the first or second day he announced that 15 trillion road, right? He released 1.1 trillion to his pal. That is like over $1 billion to his pal. I'm talking about unappropriated money. Do you know that 15 trillion Lagos Calabar Expressway is like half? No, it's more than half. It is about 60% of the entire national budget in a year, and it is not in any of the budgets. But he was able to kind of like offload here and there for his power. You know, normally they will say in politics, there's this conflict of interest thing that should get people jailed, not in that contraption. This one is a looting galore, like a looter continua of a thing. All this was concluded in that same France. Okay? Selling of Nigeria, like to himself. It was also in that same France that he was able to strike the deal that saw the deepest, the richest oil block in Nigeria. It is an offshore oil block, so to say. OPL 205 or so L. I don't know if I get that right. Yeah, they've been having that conflict of Wahala on that oil block. There are actually two of them. On the coast of Bayelsa, you say. It was in that same place they got they got it transferred from Shell to, guess what? Guess who? Ohando. Also, the deal that got them over $3 billion, easy money from the subsidy lies. We've removed subsidy. All of that, the deal was also struck in France, where Malta became a new destination, and all money ended up in the same wallet, the wallet of the Jaga bandits. Now, most of these things could have been like strike anywhere. Like they could have signed any deal like that anywhere, as long as it is in the interest of the people, the millions of people who are currently wallowing in the tifnobunomics that this guy created. None of this is beneficial to anybody in Nigeria. None. Oh, if they finish the road, there is no road that they are building. They are not finishing any road. Okay? So, just kind of have it at the back of your mind. The shop they opened with that huge unappropriated expenses that nobody can question as we speak. Same way, kind of is spending 150 billion naira on private new planes that no institution in Nigeria is given the chance to actually question or look into what they are buying. Now we can find out 14-year-old aircraft. Someone will say like, but does that mean that they are so greedy that they don't even care about their lives too? 30-year-old aircraft flies. It's only these rogues in Nigeria that will use the money that can buy you new aircraft. They will use that to maintain the one they are using. You get what I mean? So it is that kind of deep cesspool of degenerate, So they're not going to finish any road. By the time he's probably winding down or kind of going away off your face, the Lagos Calabar Express Road, wherever, will probably have got more than 20 trillion naira. Yeah, and still will not be nowhere near finish anything. We've seen that many times. So whatever they can do, They said Nigeria was paying too much for subsidy because Nigeria was spending 4 trillion naira yearly on subsidy under Bokuwari and other graduate. Then the druggie came in, removed it, throw you into hell. And some of you felt like the hell was not that bad, even though it's bad, but yeah, we can endure. Now you realize that the hell they're throwing you into was actually like a hell of perpetuity, hell of nothingness. You would not getting anything back from that. Nothing. They've now more than doubled how much they are paying on subsidy. You are paying through your noses. Even the products is nowhere to be found. And Koolu, also nowhere to be found.
The fuel crisis has reached a critical point here in Lagos, with long queues at petrol stations becoming a common sight. Drivers are facing hours of wait time, and some stations have shut down entirely due to lack of supply. Many Lagosians are growing increasingly frustrated as they struggle to fill up their tanks, while the scarcity causes disruptions in transportation, affecting businesses and daily commutes.
Everything, but be pushing one wàhálà ni come gbogbo ẹ wálẹ̀ tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ kó wọ́n báyìí náà ó ti yé ká máa ríra.
It has affected me greatly and deeply. This morning I'm supposed to be in Aja, but because trying to get fuel and the traffic, the queue in the filling station isn't allowing me to get fuel and move the time I'm supposed to move. It's really affecting me. Since last week, I'm not able to do anything. Please let our government intervene.
Without the fuel in my car, I cannot go for my daily living and my daily basis of business. So I've been here for at least 2.5 hours.
In response to the crisis, Olufemi Shoneye, Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPCL, posted a video of Umar Ajiya, the CFO of NNPC Limited, on his X page, attributing the supply shortages in parts of Lagos and the Federal Capital Territory FCT to distribution challenges. He also denied reports that the NNPC is indebted to international oil traders to the tune of $6.8 billion and that it has failed to remit revenues to the Federation account since January.
We've seen also information out there that the company is over-leveraged. That is far from true. The borrowings we have made so far by this company as outstanding at the end of 2023 are about 5 in number, 2 of which have also been fully repaid.
While the authorities continue in their efforts to alleviate the situation, citizens may have to learn to conserve fuel and limit non-essential travel as a survival strategy, and of course, to ease pressure on limited fuel supply. In Lagos,
people would have to cut down their fuel consumption in this period. You see, he had that guy, the NNPC guy. First, he denied that the NNPC or Nigeria is in debt. That's another debt to marketers, so to themselves. So 6.8 billion. And do you know that's NNPC? Yes, NNPC hasn't remitted shishi to the Federation account in Nigeria since January 2024. Remember when Kadobi Oduduwa Emefiole, when he said they are, currently Tifnumbu has incurred 15 trillion naira on ways and means. Do you know what that means? I'll tell you. It simply means printing money. Increased allocation to states is a cover Bukwari printed 27.4 trillion in 8 years. Tifnubu has printed 15 trillion naira in 1 year. Heard it. While they were telling you that the Nigeria oil production has improved. Remember? Ask them, how much has NNPC remitted to the Federation accounts since January to July 2024? Ask. By the time these guys are done, what Yoruba called nǹkan tí ojú yín máa rí á ju tẹni tó fi yáwó lọ. Ẹni tó fi yá owó èlé. Nǹkan tí ojú yín máa rí àtolówó àtẹni tí ò lówó. When these guys are done, á ju tẹni tó fi yá owó èlé lọ. Person where they go borrow money by the time these guys are done. I'm sorry, I don't know how to put that in English, but yeah, you get what I mean? It is like money is going out of fashion or it's going out of circulation. I don't know. So they are running Nigeria worse than a banana republic. It is just a place where everything goes. Like, I just thank God. Once you are able to feed your own family, just thank God for your life. That's the place. Until the day they are unable to kind of fuel their own generator, then they will be worried that, well, how come Nigeria has no electricity? When they are unable to afford, unable to kind of see doctors to attend to them during their own medical emergencies, then they'll be wondering, how come the criminal politicians prefer to go abroad? Not until it happens to them. It's probably not happening. That's the belief. So when they are done, the NLC and their scribe yesterday, they made what you can call a bit of an appeal. And that is one, to Tifnumbu and his regime. And then the second one to their members. The first one is that they do understand the intimidation and the state-sponsored harassment and threats against them, but that you want to have their president arrested, then you would have a lot of them arrested. I think let's go to that one next. Because I've got this guy who has issued a very long, extensive warning to the police. Well, I've got my own stuff to say. But let's start. Let's go to this. The NLC scribe yesterday.
That the current president was being invited by the police. And it was not just an invitation that was routine. It was an invitation of spurious and grievous allegations that is very strange to working people. And we did not take that very lightly. A meeting of the National Executive Council was convened immediately because whatever the president has done, he has done in the course of duty of serving the Nigerian people. And so the next head, and it was presided over by the current deputy president, Comrade Adomin Jibril, is here. And he will brief us about the outcome of that meeting. But let me quickly acknowledge.
Members of the National Administrative Council of the NLC, members of the Central Working Committee, NEC members here present, my fellow comrades, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good morning. Let me once again join the Acting Secretary General to thank you for being here with us despite the short notice. As rightly said by the DJS, we held emergency National Executive Council meeting today via Zoom as a result of the invitation letter sent by the Nigerian police to our Congress president on charges, as discussed by the Deputy General Secretary. At the end of the meeting, we reached some certain resolutions. Part of the resolutions is that as a committed labor center, that we agreed or that we abide by the rule of law and due process. We will honor the invitation of the Nigerian police because we are not faceless organization, but we believe that we need an extension of time after consultation with our lawyers, because this invitation was extended to the Congress President yesterday and asked to report at the police by 10 a.m. today. So we are already working with our lawyers to look for extension of time. But this does not legitimize the charges by the Nigerian police to the Congress leadership. And secondly, we resolve that in an event our Congress president was arrested or detained at any moment, we put our appellate on red alert to mobilize our membership across the country, that all workers in this country should down-tool their services. This is the resolution, because, comrades, this organization belongs to all of us. Therefore, we should do everything possible to safeguard the sanctity of this organization. We therefore thank you very much, and you should be calm and wait for further directives by our leadership. Whatever happens, we will communicate to your leadership, and your leadership will communicate to you. So we urge you to remain calm and go back peacefully to your working place and await further directives. Thank you very much.
Nuisance, Lele. Nuisance.
On nuisance. You are already in what is called state capture. Gone are the days. Gone are the days when NLC was believed to be fighting for the Nigerian people, not just Nigerian workers. When NLC says or stands up, because they are like most organized people that could actually force the hand of anybody in government. Petroleum expensive. Kerosene is too expensive. NLC will give them days that they are going to down tools, reduce the price, or there is not going to be any work, until it became politicized. So politicized that NLC leaders are more or less like card-carrying members of different political parties, most of them ruling parties in their own respective states. Stooges. Rather than fight for the workers or the people, they became people who are now negotiating for the people. That's what they do. They negotiate for the people. Nigerians have been going through hell, including Nigerian workers, especially Nigerian workers. How can you be working and you are still so poor, so wretched that you can't afford anything? Nigerian workers are dying. But people who get jobs, they die because they can't afford the hospital bills. And then NLC went on to say they bragged, they wanted to. Then the next thing was they came back with a 70,000 naira because Tifnumbu threatened them. They threatened them that they wanted to overthrow Tifnumbu. They threatened them that standing up or opposing Tifnumbu's order is like you are trying to overthrow him. It's a treason. But they are investigating all of them for treason, terrorism funding. NLC guys are now afraid that their president will be arrested. So Nigerians, we are going to down tools if they arrest our leader. God damn it, man. Thousands of Nigerians, young Nigerians, who actually stood up against this tyranny. They looked away. No, NLC stayed away from the national protest. They joined the gang of people saying, we don't know the organizers. We don't know them. They are faceless. Then 24 hours to it, they were now telling the police, don't touch the protesters. Don't touch them. If you touch the protesters, Tifnubu killed over 50 protesters in 10 days. NLC, everybody just moved on. They've kidnapped workers, they've kidnapped teachers, they've kidnapped doctors, they've kidnapped people who are like members of NLC. They've detained people, abused the court order. But NLC never felt like... I'm just saying this because, to me, we are talking about people who have a capacity to mobilize more than 1 million people conveniently if they want to. Forget about church this, church that for now. These guys have the capacity to mobilize more than 1 million people to challenge any government policy that does not work with the people. No. Nigeria is so divided that they will just tell you. Igbo man want to overthrow Tifnumbu because Igbo man is the president of NLC. So the NLC chairman or NLC president too will be like, I'm an Igbo man. No. I don't want them to say, me remove Yoruba man. No. So he's no longer like NLC president. Is a guy who doesn't want... that's who they are. Look around you. At the end of the day, you are all at the mercy of your oppressors, including NLC. So NLC leadership are afraid of their president being arrested illegally, being tried for treason, terrorism. Really? That's new. So yeah, I want them to. But Ikenga, he has this long... he has this long diatribe to want if Numbu want the police. This one a long watch, and I think you like it. Let's go hear what he has to say. The implication of arresting NLC president. What thing go happen?
NLC president did not commit any terrorism or murder charge. Drop it. So you don't bring people back to the street and create confusion for the president. If you want to help President Tinubu, you go and chase out those bandits in the forest. You go and find out why crude oil is still being stolen. You don't help President Buhari by inviting Nigerian Labour Congress president and accusing him of terrorism and murder and treason. Stop it! There's serious issues. Stop it! If you don't know what people are doing, these people leave the place. The president needs help. There's insecurity. People are not farming. That's why there's economic hardship. That's why price of food products produce are high. This is the real terrorism. That is the real arson. That is the real terror. That is the real murder that you need to deal with. Not Comrade Ajero, the president of Nigerian Labour Congress. I think I have to... the country is at a difficult moment now, economic challenges, security challenges. To invite one of the shining light that have been in the defense of interests of workers, interests of the Nigerian people will be seen to be provocative and challenging. And I don't think Nigerians will want to accept that at this moment. Let's not do something that will reignite another round of Arab Spring or another African Spring or crisis, because you may think you're playing with something and then you go there to do it, and then workers on the street and Nigerians on the street, and then this thing blows out of what you thought you were going to do with inviting him. So I think this invitation is not, I don't see any basis for that, because I know Comrade Ajero very closely, and I can tell you that Ajero is not involved in any terrorist plot. Ajero is not involved in any terrorism plot. Ajero is not involved in any murder charge. And like I said before, based on personal experience, I have been charged for murder, I've been charged for terrorism, I've been charged for arson, I've been charged for sedition, I've been charged for all these things. And that's why I never for one day got worried, because I know these are baseless charges. These are charges that is emanating from a rule book operated by the likes of Nkurunziza of Burundi, or Mobutu Sese Seko of Zaire, or Paul Biya of Cameroon, or Yedema of Togo, and so on and so forth. I think, it's provocative. We're trying to find a way to maintain stability now. We're trying to find a way to navigate through these economic challenges so that unrest can calm down. We're trying to find a way to, to ensure that there's increased revenue and so on and so forth. I think the police force should use that energy to find out what is going with our oil production, what the oil tips are doing, what is leading to drop in crude oil production that has affected revenue drastically, which is now increasing insecurity, terrorism, and other activities. They should focus on how to generate revenue so that the federal government can be able to pay the new minimum wage. They should focus on how to wipe out the bandits and the criminal elements holding different forests and different travel routes. Today, people cannot even travel on the highway. So if you have a police force that knows that their hands are filled up with a lot of challenges that they have been unable to address in the last few months, and then that police force now have free time to invite the president of Nigerian Labour Congress over terrorism, over murder, over arson, over treason, I think we should not be joking with everything. Issues of terrorism, issues of murder should not be used for joke. And I would advise the police force, based on personal experience, you don't do it because that degrades, denigrates the police force. It's not necessary because I've had that personal experience. You people should not be allowing yourself to be dragged into this political issue. Police force should be meant for maintaining law and order and fighting for the interests of the people, not any group of people. You don't need to like my face. You can even bring new charges if you want. But what I'm trying to say in effect is that we should not joke with the Nigerian police force. We should be aiming to be like police force in Germany, police force in the LPD, NYPD, even Ghana police force. They don't get involved in, if somebody is criticizing government, the next thing you slam him with terrorism charge. If somebody says the president's head is black instead of white, you slam him with murder and sedition. Please stop it. So I want the police force to withdraw. And I'm speaking and I'm saying this on behalf of the opposition coalition. I want the police force to drop their invitation. Withdraw it. There's no need for all this gara. Just withdraw it. Ajero did not NLC president did not commit any terrorism or murder charge. Drop it. Drop it. So you don't bring people back to the street and create confusion for the president. If you want to help President Tinubu, you go and chase out those bandits in the forest. You go and find out why crude oil is still being stolen. You don't help President Buhari by inviting Nigerian Labour Congress president and accusing him of terrorism and murder and treason. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! There's serious issues. Stop it! If you don't know what people are doing, they need people leave the place. The president needs help. There's insecurity. People are not farming. That's why there's economic hardship. That's why price of food products produce are high. This is the real terrorism. That is the real arson. That is the real terror. That is the real murder that you need to deal with. Not Comrade Ajero, the president of Nigerian Labour Congress. It's not the cause of the problem. If NLC have even participated actively in the last protest, there wouldn't be peace by now. They should even be commended for managing the process. So what are you trying to do? To cow them? This is not Nkurunziza's Burundi or Pobia's Cameroon. So we should get done with this. So as opposition, we are telling you there's serious issues to discuss. There's serious issues to deal with. So I don't want to have problem with anybody. So please, I'm urging the Inspector General of Police. He's a fine police officer. Don't let your era be known with what we used to have when transmission and all the other ones that were there. No. You are way schooled and way mannered. Don't get involved in that. Don't allow yourself to get involved in that. The biggest thing you can do for the president that I know you love is to find a way to energize the police force to go after all these criminal elements in different parts of the country so that our mothers can go to the farm, so that our people can travel on the highway. Christmas is coming. People will not travel. People will not even come into the country. So there will be limited FS inflow. These are things that need to be addressed. Not to invite Joe Ajero. Please, whosoever that designed that does not wish Tinubu well. He just wants crisis. He just wants crisis. Okay, if you want to be honest and publish the allegation of the terrorists, let's see and analyze your facts. Let's see the evidence. If you're proud of what you're doing, let the police publish the evidence of the allegation of terrorism against him. Let's analyze it. Because I'm talking from personal experience. If I'm not dealt with two people, I've seen how, wicked and evil people who are supposed to defend the law can be. And how criminal also. I was charged for murder. I was charged for terrorism. I was charged for arson. I was charged for treason. Things I didn't know anything about. So I'm not proud when I see somebody of that nature being dragged the same path I know. I have been to. Where are those evidences now? because somebody somewhere did not like my face and he wanted to put me out of circulation. Our police force should have dignity. We should be, as we travel abroad, all of you travel abroad, you go to America, you see how decent, even though not perfect, but you can see how decent some of these police force are. They don't get involved in opposition leader or NLC president in US or in Germany being charged for treason and murder. Whenever a treason charge or murder charge is preferred, the prima facie evidence is always clear. So you don't play with it. Everything must not be used for joke. And if you like the president, like I said before, you go and fix this insecurity that we can't even travel on the highway. We cannot even have food. So if you don't do it, there may be future uprisings. And you leave those issues and you're chasing, who do you think you can intimidate with that? Nigeria is at a
70 years old man.
Nigeria is unreal. I just love his rants. I listened to his rant last night and I was like, okay, I'm going to go share the rant with my dear Templars. You know, this is not Burundi. Come on, stop it. Stop it now. Stop it. I was like, you can't calm down, no. Calm down, no. Because you see these guys, stop kind of thinking that they are not this or they are not that. Now you go calm down to realize that you're already in Burundi, Pobia's Cameroon, Museveni's Uganda. You're already in all of this combined. And right now, maybe some people are living in denial. You know, some were saying the military should come and help them. When you look at the military, it says these people will never shop. Now them go plan coup. Your case is hopeless. It is finished. If you are there still looking, when you look left to say, hey, maybe these ones should help us, nobody is coming to help you. You are already in Pobia's Cameroon. You are already in Museveni's Uganda, at Burundi, at wherever he's thinking. Human rights. Where is that? Courts. Your courts. Do you even know what is going on in there? Nigeria court that is now kind of like populated by the wives, the girlfriend, the children of politicians. Like, where do you think a system that's going to make you think something is going to work out in this contraption come from, by the way? Where? Some were asking for electoral reform. Others were laughing. Without that, right, you are joking. You've got no country. You have a place that is worse than a banana republic. It's a place where anything goes. So when I raise my hand and I say, break it up and save lives, I'm only being like, I'm only caring because I care. Where do you want to start from? Where, Gongoleti Febere? Where do you want to start the fixing from? For those of you who kind of feel like now leadership be the problem or not. Where? When you look at the characters who populate your political space, including your elites, you have the dirtiest, greediest, most selfish, self-centered, short-sighted elites ever in the world. They are from Nigeria, who love shiny things. Somebody said, it's like there is something wrong with black people. That when you look at the larger population, and this is not just Nigeria or Africa, blacks, they say what really attracts us. And I've been thinking about it though, right? They say what attracts black people is not about, to invent anything or to create wealth in that manner, right? Like solve a societal problem, something like, no, that they can't even govern themselves. But blacks love everything shiny, this, shiny, that. I better pass my neighbor, that sort of mentality, right? I bet that's somebody who is talking from a Nigerian perspective. A black man wants to, they believe that all what most black men or blacks think is about sex. Women. Once it's about sex. Then a shining object, sex, shining objects. Things that shall like doesn't really create any real value. And that is why to satisfy that insatiable lust, in most cases, to those who can afford it, they end up having to loot. And when I say afford it, I'm talking about those who have access to the common patrimony of us, of everyone who can steal it. So when they steal the money, they do not have the mentality of actually using that to create wealth. They want to buy shining objects, planes. They want to buy houses. They want to, like, they want to marry the latest, the most beautiful women. This, or, like, nothing about, what? I'm stealing this money. Maybe I should create something that will outlive me. Black man. And that's exactly the character of the people that you see in Nigeria. Everything they fight for. Like, imagine killing people because you want to be able to use the most expensive watch or have the most beautiful house or maybe, like, go to the most beautiful places. Because that's exactly what I see. You see, when politicians kill people, force themselves on you, only for them to kind of make your life worse. That's something that, man, I still can't figure it out too. I won't lie to you. Here you get. And the characters like Wike, the one that is controversial, of course. Yesterday, again, this is another story, okay? We're going to Wike's part, and it's an opportunity for you to see the characters who are miling around the corridors of a political space and their friends, right? So yesterday, the supposed BOT, Board of Trustees of PDP, they were in Rivers State. I think it was 2 days ago. So yesterday, they released a statement, and this was it. The one that Wike actually also touched today when he was giving a press conference. Wike celebrates 1 year, his 1 year appointment today. Then he had a response for this man here.
Come closer. Thank you very much. Hi there. Give him the mic. Give him the mic. Okay. Keep on. Miss somebody will now. Miss somebody will now.
I should go down there.
Go on my left. Okay.
This one, who was in there?
This was not there.
Yes, sir, there's actually no conclusion yet, but we thank God, for BOT coming to Rivers State today. We want to appreciate His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State. We discussed, and I think we are properly guided, now. So the BOT will, in its stride, move on, to ensure that there is peace in this state, there is peace in the party, and there is unity. So we will, as the conscience of the party, from what we have heard from His Excellency, a very humble disposition, but like the saying goes, there are two sides to a coin. We came on a fact-finding visit, and we've been properly briefed. So we will now corroborate. There is all this, what they call fact checks and things like that. We will go to the other party, and then we will hold a meeting, a very crucial meeting, and we'll come up with a solution. We'll come up with recommendations to the National Working Committee. It doesn't matter whose ox is God. As far as the PDP under my watch is concerned, we will go constitutionally and ensure that peace reigns, because PDP is the party to beat in 2027. If we miss it again, as we did in 2015, 2023, then Nigeria is gone. So we want to put these things, thank God we are starting early. Thank God we are starting early. We want to start early, cross the T's and dot the I's. and by the special grace of God, we will satisfy Nigerians this time around.
How soon would that be, sir? How soon are we expecting that?
Very soon, very soon. You probably will have asked, why are we just coming now after years of the problem in River State? God's time is the best, and the time is now.
God time is the best. If we miss it again in 2027, Nigeria is gone. They're coming to save you. And the move to save you is, as it's going on in the south, it's going up in the north, and the character coming to save you, they actually look the same as the characters responsible for where you are now. You've seen, I don't know if you have seen this, so Kaduna Littlefinger with Atifku, Ribadump, and a few others like that. I don't know. I think they went on to go and visit Atifku. I don't know what Atifku is doing. I do not care. And this is considered as, their own Congress. Every time we they gather around, right? There is something behind it. This was Littlefinger. El Rufaya of Kaduna is a speech when he met with Atifku today.
Su biyun suka yadda kuma mu iyayensu suka amince. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh. Like my senior brother has said, Governor Lami, to welcome all of you and to wish you the best of what you have come to do and blah blah. On behalf of the family.
In response to the request he made, I, on behalf of the family of the dead, I hereby approve that their son, Umar Farouk, have been given free hand marry outside Atika at any time they are ready. Thank you very much.
Wannan ƙasa namu waɗanda ba su da shi Allah ga albarkace su.
Ba wani wanda zai kawo ne wato bismillah
They went to arrange marriage between two families. And it was a moment that Kaduna Littlefinger gave his usual famous pose when he would lean next to this someone before he would finally shoot them to have his way. Kaduna Littlefinger. And I was Atifku there. I said, yeah, Baba Saleh and all of that. So where the Wike was doing a media run today, and that is to give, account of the last 1 year. It didn't spare the PDP. I think we should start with that. Then he said, farmers in Abuja are now going back to their farms. That's incredible. If it is true.
So you let me to work for peace. There's nothing unfathomable there. See what has happened last night. See what I've done. See what you have made here. See the criminal. So you let me to work for peace. There's nothing unfathomable there. There's nothing like that. You must look in politics. You can't say for sure this is how it will be. Why I say I've done my own part is I, with my conscience, did what I did without regretting. And I fought for it for him to be governor. And you now say, look, you are no longer interested to be in a political family. No problem. Nobody can force you. After all, Arabeshala, Ralph was bought by who? Tinubu. Is he with him again? Did you support him? Of what all the president did for him? So why do you worry yourself about that? I cannot, in all honesty to you, tell you that there's a going back.
There's no going back.
There's nobody, anybody who knows me know.
You can't support him in 2027.
I'm not talking about support. What is support? The one I support, have I come out of it?
So you are enjoying the relationship you have now with people that you look up to before as fathers, but today you are no longer people you regard as friends. You are draggers.
That's what politics. That's what politics is. So some people don't play politics of integrity. I do. But you can't impose yourself. I know that who says people are saying day a day. Hey, let me day my day. You to day your own day, according to you.
All right, but
it doesn't worry me. I'm focused. I'm doing the work Mr. President has given to me in FCT. That's what bothers me now.
Honorable Minister, in terms of this day idea, at the state level, there is push and shove, talking about this, imbroglio in the PDP at the state level. In the national, we had this issue we discussed earlier. You have been the one that said you are not one to jump parties and all that. If your house is crumbling, politically, talking about the PDP, what would be, are you just going to day your day as you have said?
Oh, no, you see, that's why you should know that we must learn. Experience is very key. You must know what happened to you yesterday. I'm not allowed to happen today. If you fail to take history into consideration, then you are digging your grave. And that's why I've said PDP must be careful. As it stands now, the way they are going, they're trying to make sure we have crisis. Take, for example, anybody they think calls me a phone or relates with me is a wicked. Therefore, the person must go. When you do that, what I try to let me do, I should fold my arms. The acting National Party chairman today, he's not my friend. He never supported me. The National Secretary, he never supported me. The National Secretary never supported me. These are their people. In fact, when I was in Germany, in Wiesbaden, when the National Secretary today wanted to run governorship against Hope Uzodinma, he came to me for support. I said, I'm not going to support you. I won't support you. I'm not here to play politics to say, okay, let me think about it. I don't do that. I told him I was not going to support you. What is the problem now? I said, let the right thing be done. You see that chairmanship is zoned to North Central, which is not correct. Chairmanship is zoned to North, and secretary is zoned to the South. It is within your area how you, do it. But we don't zone national chairman, North Central. Nobody did that. And that is why in the constitution of the party, they said when the national chairman is not there, the deputy national chairman from that zone will be acting pending when the convention is done for replacement.
So you let me to work for peace.
Sorry, I was taking the picture of the mustache. Ikwere Adolf Hitler. Somebody said he's having the best time of his life. Omo, that mustache. I'm actually like trying to. a query Adolf Hitler. That's what it looks like with a wiki, right? You see that mustache. He's enjoying that. He's enjoying that Hitler posture. I think he did that on purpose. He knows that we will notice. Wiki. Tifnubu saved his life, and his life is just like that one single life that if Tifnubu just cut him, is finished. So he's playing his circumstances so well that even Aregbe Mugbana Baba Kabiru was not spared. He said he has no regrets that he helped somebody and that person betrayed him. He's talking about Fubara. And PDP should not make mistake of trying to remove people that are loyal to him because he won't fold his arms. Rightly so. Feti said, Wike lagidi konigba. I know. Atalagidi, Atalagbara. I actually want to see them tear themselves apart because it's also very good for you. There's nothing you are going to gain from anything from these guys other than the satisfaction of seeing them destroy themselves. Or you can destroy them. You either do it or you watch them do it. But if they do it, they're going to possibly kind of destroy you too, as they are doing right now. I'll give you more later on what Wike had to say concerning his wahala with PDP, Fubara, and others. But he has something to say about his 1 year in office. And I hope Abuja people can testify to this. They say your farmers are back to farms. Indeed.
So you let me tell you, see what has happened last night, see what I've done, see what I've read here, see the criminal.
I was supposed to actually add that the security in Abuja has improved. That is the point he is making. I will leave that to those of you living in Abuja to tell us. If it's improving, give him that credit, no doubt, right? But this guy is terrorizing Abuja, taking people's lands here and there. Today, they say Navy, they won't take people's land in Abuja as well. But with a Wike from part of his interview today concerning his 1 year in office.
See what has happened last night, see what I've done, see what I've read here, see the criminal. And I can tell you with all confidence that they have done well.
What about?
I'm coming. I'm talking one by one. Now I'm talking.
Okay, there are about 4.
Yes, about Agric. Yes. Luckily for us, I had a meeting with the ambassador of Italy. Today is Wednesday. That was last week Friday. Yeah. He came here and said, "Look, there's an opening for us to partner with Milan. And what area do we really want?" I said, "Look, I'm not very much interested in all this memorandum of understanding. I'm not interested in all this signing agreement. At the end of the day, you get nothing for it. Practically, tell me how serious are they in terms of partnering with us as far as agriculture is concerned. We have very good land for agriculture. We are ready to provide not less than 20,000 hectares of land for agriculture. And I can tell you, I was very elated as at Monday when I spoke with the governor. And we are going to Milan in the second week of September to concretize this arrangement as far as agriculture is concerned. You see, we talk about, I don't want to talk about, we have been giving out fertilizers, we have been giving out seeds to farmers. That cannot really solve the problem in terms of food security. You need proper farming. And that is why in all the rural areas today, which has not been the case, you can't find roads. And how do you talk about agriculture when there's no road? How do you convey the produce? How? So we make sure that, look, if we're really talking about agriculture, there must also be road infrastructure. That's why if you go to the 6 area councils, go and see the openings. Go and see the openings. The local farmers are happy that yes, they can go to farm. Security has
but what is your target for that sector so we can know what to measure and how to approach it? What are you targeting and when?
Talking about inner roads. That was my question. That's where I wanted to go.
This is about food security, guys.
That is where I wanted to go to because I know that during this administration's first year in office, you did commissioning for between 9 to 11 days.
Yes.
Project upon project.
Yes.
But citizens are asking, with this energy and zeal within the city center, what are you doing for the rural?
That is what I've said here. I said that for the first time, it has never been the case that we have 6 area councils. As I speak to you, there's no area council that you go to now, you will not see 2-3 roads being done at the same time. Even during the commissioning, we also commissioned, even though it did not get the attention of the presidency. We did not invite the presidency to come and commission such roads like in Kwale. All right? By this December, by the grace of God, we are commissioning not less than 75 kilometers of road in the 6 area councils. By this
With a weekend. Again, I'm just going to leave that to you, the people in Abuja, to come and tell us if that is true. That won't be from me. But somebody from Port Harcourt believes that that guy you just finished watching, with a wiki, is a danger to democracy. But before I show you that, or let's go to that Port Harcourt and come back to Abuja.
You cannot be in a house where there is no order, where there is no discipline, and you expect things to work in the right direction. The PDP has been so silent about the demonic attitude of the former governor of Rivers State, who is now FCT minister.
Okay, sir.
Why is it demonic?
Sir, let's focus on the issues. Let's focus on the issues. There's no need for name calling. Let's just focus on the issues, sir.
Now the issues. Now you asked me a question about the issue of lack of discipline, and that if lack of discipline is in the party is part of what is fostering the kind of issues we have in PDP today. And I am telling you that from 2023, a man stood in a party and supported a presidential aspirant of another party very openly with many other governors with him. And then the party leadership up till this day cannot call him to account or to question. And then you say we have leadership. No, we don't have. If you have leadership, what is leadership? Leadership is the man sitting there that can give direction to the people and discipline when necessary. But we have a leadership that is docile. We have a leadership that has completely neglected their duty. And rather, they are in a transactional relationship with a man who is presently controlling them. And then this is the man, the same man that the same party gave a platform to be chairman for 2 tenures, gave him a platform to be governor, gave him a platform to be minister. And because he could not get the party presidential ticket, all hell was let loose and PDP must go down the drain. And then we are seeing it as a party issue. This is not just a problem of PDP. It is danger to democracy. Because if the opposition, the main opposition, cannot play its role of opposition and cannot challenge the status quo as it concerns the government in power, and then you said we are in a democracy. No. And if we have identified an individual to be the one that is directly responsible for such disorderliness, then the person must be addressed. I'm sure you listened to Pa Ike Clark yesterday. He addressed former governor of Rivers State and FCT minister frontally on his role. That is what a nation is supposed to do. Former Governor Wike is a danger to the current democracy. And the President Bola Tinubu must be aware of this. And the earlier all Nigerians are aware and begin to take concerted action to take a man who wants to derail the entire system because of his own personal interest, the better for this.
Yes.
Boko Haram, make a combo fight. If you not combo fight, we no go come up for here. So make a combo fight, make it finish. Allahu Akbar. I think and I say and I get power. Make a combo fight. If we no fight, we no go. If we no fight, we no go. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. If we no fights, I go punish them. Say amen. That's right. People in Abuja have been like, these people in Abuja have their land illegally taken over by this Nigerian Navy. No compensation or nothing. And that is why they decided to use their cars to block the entire road leading to Abuja in protest today.
Was anybody?
Hope the road is clear now. For those of you who are in that area, Maraba, Yanya, and all those areas in Abuja, you probably should see the effects of the overflow too. It's the same that standard is lost. Nigeria is a place where anything can kill you. You know, it's not just about going out there that Nigeria could happen to you, right? Anything can kill you, or everything in the place is meant to kill you. And that is why some of you who are really accustomed to how things are run in that place, right? You have to pray before you go out. You have to pray when you come back in. You have to thank God when you come back in alive. Say, thank you, God, for bringing me back alive. Now only God knows all the dangers, all the evil, all the spirits, everything. Because most people blame everything on unseen spirits. Meanwhile, Nigerians are contracting all kinds of attacks. That is so not spiritual, but due to systemic failure. But thank God, NAFDAC said they found this. What you consume, you're actually what you eat. That's what they say. I've started eating more now, so you're likely going to see me look so beautiful. I'm going to look more handsome soon, right? Stockier. But imagine if you have to kind of use your own money to buy things that will eventually kill you slowly, like a cooking oil. Yeah, something as ordinary as a cooking oil. Contaminated cooking oil, because some lunatics in a contraption that place, right, decided to use a petroleum tanker to convey vegetable oil, edible oil in Nigeria. So thank you, NAFDAC. Thank you for seeing this one. No, we don't know how many other trucks escaped your radar. But imagine this.
Okay, so, sir, further to our findings, can you explain to us why we have two different labels on this vehicle? This one is saying water and beverages. This one is saying petrol and diesel.
That's exactly what triggered that red flag. Because that credible information told us that the same petrol tanker or vehicle, truck, that they use to load vegetable oil has been used or were being used for petrol or petroleum products. And in fact, we know that this is a public health issue that regards or requires NAFDAC immediate attention. And that was why we immediately went to that area and we caught the trucks being loaded. And in fact, this is a typical example of the reason why we went there to apprehend them and bring those trucks here for further investigation. Investigation is ongoing. Yes, a lot of people have tried to tell us that it is actually for WOF 302 products and beverages, but you cannot have these two things on the same vehicle. Telling us that it is bringing in vegetable oil, and at the same time, we are seeing tags of petrol and diesel on them. So you can't be appropriating and appropriating at the same time at the instance of public health. And that's why we are making this investigation. And upon conclusion, it's going to be cascaded up for them to know the dangers inherent in mixing petroleum products, which we know are carcinogenic, which we know are not safe for human consumption, into, this kind of practice. Thank you very much.
When I was a little boy, I remember the adults back then all panicky, scared. Why? What happened? They said because there was a killer kerosene. Killer kerosene? When I was growing up, okay, we didn't have too many generators like all of you have today. Yeah, there was no reason to have too many generators. We had lanterns. We had atupas. You know atupa? This local lantern. Because I don't even know what to call it now. What do you call that thing again? Atupa. And you have to fill your lantern with kerosene. Yeah. You have to fill your atupa with kerosene. We had to cook with kerosene. I was cooking with firewood. You know something, right? Oh, are you poverty on it? I mean, poverty. No, it no go better for poverty. Nigeria will make you adapt to the worst kind of living, and you will still be grateful to God by kind of consoling yourself. I remember when we used to tell ourselves, Amy, I can't eat any food they cook on gas cooker, be stove. How would they take it on? The sweet. When they cook your food with firewood, more delicious. So how do you always go and grind? How do you guys eat food they blend with blender? Instead of you to kind of use your hand on that grinding stone and use your hand to grind and grind or more. If you eat the soup, we then use hand grind, right? Pepper, we then use hand grind. And the one then use machine, you go know the difference. But I can't celebrate poverty in the boys. To God be the glory, they will say. That we don't look like what we have been through. That's what they say. Princess, Abibeko, we thank God that we no longer look like what we have been through. If you know what we have been through, Allah will not threaten me with anything. That's one thing people should know. If people know what a lot of us have been through, Baba, listen to my threaten a lot of us. You go know say if you threaten us about anything like this, my trigger anger, we bury somewhere. When we found out that Nigeria deliberately ruined the lives of millions of people that way, and only few of us make it true. Millions perished in that state. They were born in that state, they will perish in that state. Only few of us managed. So when you now come out, shut up your mouth, wash your mouth. I won't go for down, no power. Anthony can watch my mouth funny. Or I go for show funny, And that was why way back. Imagine you are complaining of not having money, no food, no money to buy food. You can't get money to buy food, but to Laura carcinogenic food. Cancer, carcinogenic you. So when we asked them, kilo kerosene, it was because they used the same truck that they are using to transport petroleum, highly inflammable petroleum products. They used them to also transport the household kerosene products. A lot of people got burnt, deformed because of that. They said killer kerosene. As poor as we were, they still threaten our life. Poor people still got burnt, exploded because they paid to buy kerosene. Because that was compromised. People died. People are left with, lifetime scars from that. Imagine how you as adults, you are eating. They say, the cancer where you get to, because you chop petrol plus diesel plus ororo. Nigeria is just there to kill you. That's what I mean. Nigeria is there to kill you. Now, if you think making money is all you need, you haven't learned. Your money is useless in a contraption like that place. Maybe you don't know. Ask the rich people. By the way, or anyway, Peter Obi was at the DNC, Democrats Party in America, said, they are doing their national convention right now for Kamala, this and that. Then he granted this interview. Something for the rest of you before we come to the end of the chat tonight, okay? Here, Peter Obi in Chicago yesterday.
Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate for the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections in Nigeria, and I believe that you are here on invitation, sir.
Yes, I'm here on invitation of the National Democratic Institute. They usually, every 4 years, since 1984, alongside the convention, invite international leaders across the globe. Like this year, they invited from 91 countries, including Nigeria, which they invited a number of us. I saw Professor Sibanjo here, and I'm here to just discuss issues of democracy and good governance, which has been wonderful. I've listened to people across everything, starting from the chairman, Senator Dashel, and this morning we had a discussion with the chair, DNC chair, and the former chair.
Now, when we are speaking about the DNC this year, we must talk about President Joe Biden stepping down and saying that his vice president, Kamala Harris, should run and should get the ticket.
Could a kid with a stutter and modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, grow up to sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office? That's because America is and always has been a nation of possibilities. Possibilities. We must never lose that. Never. Kamala and Tim understand that this nation must continue to be a place of possibilities.
Last night, he stood up and he said that he loves his job and he loves his position, but he loves his country more. Do you believe that this shows a selflessness that we do not often see in Nigerian politics?
For me, it was the ultimate sacrifice. For him to say, I love my job, but I love the country more. So I have to step down so that somebody who is more energetic and younger can do it. That's all he described yesterday. And again, I'm so impressed with Hillary Clinton, who was an aspirant alongside Obama, lost to Obama, was a candidate in 2016, and now coming back to support somebody who is younger, more energetic and everything. This is what we are not seeing in our country. And most importantly, all this convention and discussion have been about the people. This is what we're not doing in Nigeria. It's been about the people, the common people, the poor people, the average American. It is not about me and everything. And when you look at the people who are all involved, I was, listening and talking with the chair of DNC, Jamie Harrison, who is just somebody who was born in the 70s and from a single mom, being raised by the grandparents. You could see a background that is ordinary, becoming something and being part of it. Government, with every expenditure, must be to the people.
And how do you feel about the current state of our nation?
Well, it is for people to see it, where we are today and what is happening to us. And that's why I said, when you listen to people here, it is not about doing this or doing that. It's about cutting costs and pushing it to the people. When Biden was giving his testimony yesterday, he spoke a lot about issues of health, issues of how he has brought the cost down for the common person. I don't want to compare Nigeria and America. I've always done that. I want to compare us with other countries like Indonesia, where you have today over 90% insurance covering poor people. You look at Vietnam, where you have over 80% insurance covering the poor in health. These are critical, where you have literacy of over 90%, literacy in Indonesia, over 90% in Vietnam, covering the people. This is what is important. So when I listen to people in America, I compare with other developing countries and see we need to do something very quickly, especially about the poor, pulling people out of poverty, dealing with the issues of the poor people in the north, the downtrodden, those who don't know where the next meal will come from.
I don't know how una go andulamo, except if some of you are going to pretend. In Nigeria, not Nigerians outside Nigeria. I'm talking about Nigerians in Nigeria, as well as many Nigerians who are like not living in America but living outside Nigeria. Especially those who are really, really politically conscious. They are not for the Democratic Party. You know why? Because a lot of people have found out their role in further destabilization of especially Africa under them. And you can't take it away. So, at the same time, you have those who, I don't know how to put that one, no. You have those who strongly believe that what is wrong with you, Nigerians, supporting Trump? Like, what the heck is wrong, you know? So everybody shall get emotional about this American thing. So a lot of people like Trump simply because they believe that it doesn't meddle in, you know, it doesn't care about your Africa. It doesn't care about what you do with yourself per se. And those who claim to care and what they have done in a way, right? So what happened to Gaddafi? What happened in Nigeria in 2014, 2015? The Obamas, the Clintons, the APCs. You see, all of these things got so many Nigerians on the board of, they don't care about Republican Party and all of these things. They don't even want to. They just feel like Democratic Party is really, really dangerous for Africa. And they are right to some extent, I would say. But you see the Democrats, they go chop you and say, "What? How dare you? You are supporting a racist." I'm not supporting any of them. And if I support any of them, I will even tell you. But to me, it's inconsequential, so to say. You know, either way, you are all like effed. Anyway, we are effed. It's America. And if you know what America represents, me as an African, I should possibly never be in the same place with those who will be singing Eureka for America. Sure you get comparing my own history, so to say. But I'm just saying that so many Nigerians actually want Trump, not because they give a damn about Trump per se. Some believe that he's so real. And then the Democrats, they will tell you something and they will do something else from the African perspective. They are not for Africa. Okay? So, in fact, they are preferred to be seen as evil. So, what your OB is doing with them is also one of those Africans, right? And I'm talking about donors. They are not just people who support Democrats. These ones are like donors. OB, Tifnumbu, guys like that. They are Democrat, people. And somehow, and I think that's where they got the idea of what they wanted to import to Nigeria. the federal system of government, presidential system of government imported from America by them. But he also said this, so without leaving Tifnumbu and his new toys out. Obi.
Well, Peter Obi also called the Nigerian government's purchase of a new presidential aircraft very shameful and raises the question, how much was the cost of the new presidential aircraft?
And I want to ask you a very important question, actually. Yes. A presidential jet was recently purchased. A presidential jet was recently seized. 3, in fact. We have legislators, both our senators and our members of the House of Reps, declaring millions as their running costs. How do you feel this represents Nigeria on the international stage, or on the international stage right now? How do you feel we're being represented by our leaders internationally?
Very, very shameful. We shouldn't be talking about buying jets today with the level of poverty. We can't be poverty capital of the world and be buying jets. It shouldn't be. Even when I'm still questioning, how much was the cost? We said we're replacing the old one. What is the age of the new one? Why did we need to replace the old one? What is far wrong with it? For me, that shouldn't be. Every penny today should be directed about pulling people out of poverty, in health, in education, because this is where we're lacking. These are development trajectories where we're lacking when compared with similar countries that we're supposed to be at par with. We are low in human development, in education. Our health is worsening every day, where we've even overtaken India in infant mortality, despite the fact that people are hungry. They don't know where the next meal will come from. So every penny should be directed to that. And that's what I hear everywhere. I've been speaking to people from other countries who are talking, listening to the Prime Minister of Kosovo speak this morning in a meeting, listening to former Prime Minister of Denmark speak. Everybody is talking about the people, and the ordinary people. And you could see what I'm telling you about ordinary people, where chairman of the ANC is a son of a single mom who was brought up by the grandparents.
Similar to Obama.
Everything. So we want to create a society where a child of nobody will rise up due to productivity and be somebody, where people's talent and hard work will match up their opportunity in life.
It will match up with their wealth. And finally as well, right? Whenever you are looking at American politics, it is also two ways. To us who have never lived in America or never been to America, we probably will be talking more about, or kind of be concerned about what Americans, racism, Americans, this or that, whatever. But it's different to those who live inside America. They are more interested about their taxes. They are more interested in about their pay, take home. More interested in about a safe neighborhood, interested about their healthcare, how they are going to be able to continue to afford their healthcare. These are fundamental things to an average American than all this, whether somebody is, racist or is not racist, or whether these ones are pro-immigrant or immigration as well. Immigration is an issue for them in America, to those who live inside the place. And we can't see it the same way. So that is why somebody like myself would never openly come here and begin to sound like I am an expert in American politics. I've got my own bias. I've got my own sort of a view about it. But because of the kind of platform I run, right, I just keep them to myself and let you all deal with it your own way. Because it shouldn't really be our business per se. But that too would be like stupid to think America business is not your business. Like, no. There is already World War III that is kind of smelling about everywhere right now, right? Yeah, you've got one in Gaza, Israel. You've got one in Ukraine, Russia. You've got one going on in Sudan. You've got one they're already building up in the Sahel. They've got different ones between Japan and China, yeah, and the Japanese, yeah, what do they call them? I'm just saying, the whole world, everywhere, every news is pretty much like there could be world war. And if there is one, now the British military, I don't know if you have heard that. The British military, they are recruiting Africans from Commonwealth countries. Commonwealth countries are the former colonies of Britain. They are recruiting people to come and join the army. But if you join the army this week, by the end of this year, only Afghanistan, Lumawa, only just Sudan, where you go to dodge bomb, dodge anything. So whatever happens in America affects all of us, though. Yeah? But we have little influence in that. Yeah? So we should pay more attention to where we all should divert our own interest and our influence. The contraption that forced us into the hands of America, forced us into the hands of Britain, forced us into the hands of all these countries who are making their laws and their politics around us. And we are called immigrants. So yeah, invest in the people, and there's possibility and a chance, right? That you will reduce immigration or so. Anyway, let's leave that for now, okay? And then let me introduce you to the role models today. In Yoruba, okay, in Lagos, they are not MC Oluomo. All of these ones are not. They are just MC Oluomo's foot soldiers before you finally see the MC Olueron himself. I saw this on Twitter this evening.
I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo's son daughter. I'm not MC Oluomo, but MC Oluomo is my boss. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo lawyer boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist boy. I'm MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo project supervisor. I'm not MC Oluomo, but I'm MC Oluomo's adopted favorite daughter. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist. Oluomo 100. That's MC Oluomo boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo chancer. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo realist. I'm not MC Oluomo, MC Oluomo is my mentor. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo adopted son. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo lawyer boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo brother, no going back. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo lawyer boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo mother. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo lawyer boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo little daughter. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo latest international PA. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo loyalist, 100%. I'm loyalist and sure Oluomo. 1 million loyalist Oluomo. Oluomo 1 million land. Oluomo long so. Oluomo 1 million loyalist. I'm not Oluomo, I'm Oluomo's stubborn daughter. I am not Oluomo, I'm Oluomo's brother. I am not MC Oluomo, I'm not MC Oluomo's stubborn boy. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm a chief of staff. I'm not MC Oluomo, I'm MC Oluomo friend. Loyalist. This is King MC Oluomo.
You never seen this kind of abuse before. Turubu, I must abuse you. Turubu, number 1, Oguokiyapa. Turubu number 2, Oguokiyama. Turubu number 3, Oguokiya your children. Turubu number 4, Ogu go bury all your family. Turubu is a god to you. A god to you. Turubu is a god to you.
Anyway, that is the end of the program, the first part before we take calls. So I'm gonna give myself, or should I say, I'm gonna go on a short break, just a minute or two, and then I'm gonna open the line for every one of you who want to possibly add 1 or 2 things to this tonight. Just as we do it all night, right? Or every night. Thank you so much. But if you do have to leave, if you do have to, like, go, that's fine. Just make sure you like the broadcast, okay? Like it, share it. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this evening, so that you won't miss the next one. Others, you better grab your phone before it is too late if you have something to add to this. So I'm coming back. I'll be back in a minute or two. Thank you. So save ourselves some time, right? I have my first caller on the line this evening. Hello.
Hello. Malam Mayukun, barka dai, kana lafiya?
Lafiya ko?
Lafiya kalau ya gari.
Lafiya kalau madala, alhamdulillah.
Ya iyalai. Lamata lafiya kalau kowa da kowa kalau.
Madala.
Yawwa. Na'am.
How are you this evening, Baba?
Mayukun, Baba.
I know, I've not heard from you in a while. How are you?
Yeah, Mayukun, I mean, I've been busy, very, very busy. I don't even get to watch your program like I used to, and also getting ready. No, I'm in the state, but I've been busy doing some office job because King Sabah still refused more. So ever since I had my injuries, and I'm having operation tomorrow, but God's willing. Yeah, my knee surgery is tomorrow, and hopefully after that another surgery is coming up for my hernia and stuff. So I mean, kind of broken, but we thank God.
Bless you, man.
Yeah, we are doing our thing.
I mean, you appear to be a very strong man. So that should work for you.
Pushing.
All the best.
Yeah,
man.
of course, man. Yeah, bro.
Please.
So I don't know if you seen this this guy Adamu Garba, one of his video where he was talking about, of recent the British Army just opened their portal for Commonwealth countries.
Commonwealth country to come and become soldiers.
Yes, to come and become soldiers and get better opportunities.
They will give them citizenship straight. They say. I mean, I'm not sure about that one.
I mean, I read everything, and it's just almost like the same way it is here. The difference is you can apply from outside the UK, but you need a referral from a British Army personnel to refer you before you can be able to join.
Come on, from what do you call it? From Odogbolu. Have you just put on British Army uniform? Straight if I got selected.
Yeah, of course.
Go on.
On TikTok, information out there because most of these guys, I have a lot of soldiers from Nigeria. Most of them ask, how can I join the US? I said, US Army, until you are here before you can join. You don't join outside. But when that information came out, I put it out there. And I mean, to my surprise, and on me, while they came and they was like, oh, they don't go and join because if you go and join now, all this war that is coming up between Russia and Ukraine, they want to use you. And could you believe this Adamu Garba, this Werida, what we say, they gather money
about it?
Yeah, he made a video about it that he was saying the people that have friends or family in your UK that are trying to tell you to come and join. Well, don't go and join because if you go and join, it's like they are going to use money. And could you believe there are a lot of people buying to this nonsense? I told them, I said, look, this guy is already living good. Courtesy of you guys, from your own sweat, is already living good. Not be the same way the way they gather money for making buy form. To just pay in gather money in blue. In get in say no the contest again. Not be the same way.
In withdraw. Collected 40 million naira donation.
When he collect money finish, in blue saying no they do again. Now that same fraud. Now they won't listen to. Well, me I tell you, I say, look, if you not like, make una better on a life. If you not like, make una listen to that. Him already, he's already traveled.
Different from what I said that instead of person to kill himself in that place, right? But why don't you just grab the gun and go the house of one of these criminals? So maybe that one is different, all right? If becoming a British soldier, okay, which is die Abi. So your own theory,
but
right?
it better make you die inside Lamborghini than make you die inside Keke Napep.
Where you go still get some level of recognition.
And not true now. Me wait see, some of them say their eye don't clear. Now people will be say most of them are those ones where we say that they sleep inside cage. You understand? Wake up inside all those kind of cage. Now those ones who sabi comment here comment. But mostly the guys that will comment. Soldiers, they say, see, even though na Iraq, anywhere where you want carry me go. At this point, me, I don't care. I will go anywhere. Waiting at the sea for here where I dey. He pass where I go see for there. He better make I die well. He better make I go die for where they go honor me. Because that's one thing they fail to understand.
You know, say, the end. American soldier.
As I tell them, I say, see, you see as I did, so if war bust, we say they carry me come out, say, okay, we won't go war. Me as I did, so 500,000 don't they as insurance, life insurance within my head. We say, if anything happen. Yeah, if anything happen. So tell me, if anything happen now, me I don't get anything to worry. Even though that money no.
You know what I tell people about death, right? When people tell me about you want to die, I say, calm down. I wouldn't even know what happened. When I die.
Of course.
Sure you get.
Of course. I don't go be that.
They cut my head off. Now we see my body go. They say,
now me I don't let you see me. Me I don't go. Everything get out.
I'm gone. But imagine that if my body, if I die now, right? And they say, this person got 500,000 insurance of over his life and all of that too. Now then you go see say the cry where you go see my children cry, not genuine cry.
Not genuine now.
You know, it's not genuine.
If I make you cry, expensive cry, you that make you call the cry inside wahala again. This kind of wahala be that now. No wahala.
Let me take another one, okay? Thank you so much for stopping by as well. It is true. You see, there's something people see. When people talk about death, we should be grateful to our DNA or grateful to God, to those who are religious, okay? Or be very grateful to your DNA. You know, no be you make yourself, no be me make myself. You see, the gene of my papa, my mama, that formed my own DNA. Now that gene that produced my DNA is the same DNA that will help and show if I'm going to live long or I'm going to die young. Yeah, practically. But unfortunately, accident also happens. which means I may not die naturally, I may die by accident. But the least thing that you should be worried about is dying or how you die. Okay? What you should be much concerned with is to live and make sure that you live well. If you die, if I die, now people where they are alive, now then go see and lament about how I die. Whether I get assassinated, poisoned, burned down in a fire where they don't even see my body. It's all those kind of death that you think of and make you feel like people can then use death to intimidate you or cower you because you don't want to die bad. I don't want them to shoot me. I want to sleep and die. Who tell you say sleeping to die is easy? You don't see person where you say life will come off. Like when that breath is about, when that life was about going out of the body of somebody, sick person will no talk since, and it's time for them to die. Have you noticed that before? It is very easy. So that's why nobody should be, don't let anybody intimidate you by anything. If you believe in anything, if you have conviction about something, follow it. The least thing you should be worried about is dying. You won't even be there when you're dead. You won't even see it. Yeah. You know, like, oh my God, look at me. Now Okada kill me. Okada take me now. Now only inside that you're moving in Nigeria, okay? You are gone. Gone. Whether you are a billionaire or you are an homeless person, gone. That's why you have to live. My philosophy. Okay? I have had my siblings who died at childhood. Yeah, at this. My mom had like about 9 children, the ones I'm aware of. I happen to be the second born. Our firstborn, who happened to be my own brother, died at the age of 6, I'll be 7. That's how I became the Olori Ebi, the firstborn. They thought I was going to die too. If you see on my back where they mark them, they want me to live long. Well, I'm still here. Yeah, I am. I'm doing well. Very healthy. I have seen, my own siblings that I witnessed, at least 3 of them that I witnessed that died. And I saw my mom devastated, crying. And they said that Emere, the children were Emere, not because she had no access to a better standard healthcare. Nobody paid attention to that. They told my mom that she lost 4 of us because 4 kids kept coming back because they were Emere. And they believe that. The rest of us that survived, I have witnessed elderly people. I'm talking about very, very old people who died in my hands. I have embalmed old people. I'm talking about people in their 90s, like 100. When I was probably a teenager. So one thing, nobody said I know fear death per se, but not that kind of fear. You know why I'm worried? The only worry I have about death is me dying when I have not really fulfilled some of the things I actually have on my mind. That's the only thing I worry about. But Baba, everybody in Lontier, that's why you have to do everything to live first. Don't live your life under the control and fear of everything. Baba, waste of life now. Shut up your mouth. I'm talking to you. You better watch it. Sorry, sir. Papa, you can't live like that. That's not living. That's not being alive. So, I have a comment. Hello.
Hello, the general. Good evening.
That is.
Good evening. I'm fine.
Tell me.
Yeah. Like, see, I'm very, very excited. Like, every day I'm listening to this. I'm listening to your programs. I'm listening to your voice. I believe that there is hope somewhere. I believe there is a hope for Nigeria, for every Nigerian youth and every Nigerian citizen. Yeah, so and that is why even if I'm doing something, I always keep to myself at this particular time. Like I should not miss it. I must be connected because this so-called construction in this Nigeria, like this country, like I don't really understand. And I'm hearing different things. I don't want to even put my ear there because there are some big grapevines, and I don't know that if it's true, but maybe some element of rumors. There are some truth in it. So I believe that I learned that this our president, the one that chose himself to preside over 200 million people in Nigeria, citizens, that brought himself out as a demigod, and the Baba himself, you know what I'm talking about. I learned
you can easily just say Koolu. That's easier for the uninitiated. The people were not dead, you know.
And then and what I observe is that, like, I heard that that they see this flight, and I don't know how true it is. I said I'll call to confirm, and then they bought that one again. I said, that's not true. So, well, I just kept that.
You never tell me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said I heard that the president himself bought that they see this flight and he bought that one again. I said, how is it possible? Like at this stage.
It
so
is 100% possible. I'll tell you, right? I'll tell you. Somebody talks say 18-year-old aircraft is dangerous. So we need another one. Congo used about 1.5 billion your money. Sorry, $150 million dollars of your money to go buy a 14-year-old Tokumbo plane as new.
So
kind of a place is that, man? Anyway,
see, talking about that, I was talking.
How much is the liter of petroleum in your area now? I heard that it's about 1,400. How much is it? Yours?
Yes. Normal on the norms, I like going to flee. Like it's just like a waste of time because you not see to buy safe. So just like the so-called NNPC at that at the whatever Lagos bus stop. That is no, as in if you look at the queue up, you can stay the whole day there. You not get the fee.
Earlier, like it is spreading.
Yeah.
It is spreading that people can't even find it, and wherever you do find
that is not, yeah. So it's just black market as we normally call it. So you get it for 1,400, 1,500. Some persons might be able to consider it and give you one tray or more. And basically, I'm talking to you now.
For 1,000 right now, it go be like say they go still out,
yeah.
Right?
Yes. And right now the place just so dark, no lights, and everywhere else. We don't yeah, just like
Daniel, thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a good one yourself, because it's like Daniel is right there. He's been laughing from the beginning. And I am still trying to understand, trying to get what exactly makes him that kind of, like crackling. So I have another caller though. Yeah. Hello.
Trying to understand. Hello, Mahira.
Irumole.
Sorry, I'm too short.
Baba. How are you tonight, too?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Somebody is asking of you, and I think it is because I don't have a chance of talking to you outside this program, right? So I have a she's been asking after you, like, how are you?
Yeah.
It seems like you are nowhere and all that. I'm like, okay, I'll tell him that somebody is asking of him the next time. And now tonight,
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for a good job, my brother.
Thank you.
I bet how they doing?
We are all good, though. Thanking God. Thank you.
All these things is not new to us anymore. You've said it times without number. The house in Liverpool. to me, at the end of the day, they will still sell it to themselves.
Eventually.
It's one of them that will purchase it. So there is no need. Baba, I said it. I said, see, they've used me. They use 70% of that country to borrow money from China for Gbomulilanta. I don't know how to put Gbomulilanta in English. I'm sorry. I already had my Lapo money. But now, Baba, now 100% not 70 again. Me, initially, I didn't say 70%. Say, okay, I want to actually rebalance the egg back by 30%. Okay, one by balance. But yeah, I'm going to let me more on lower till you have to survive. But now, about 100%, they don't sell that country. Nothing. We don't turn to only and say the crab will remain, the crumbs will remain. We don't jagba more on lower.
Changing the title of some of the things that were supposed to be properties of Nigeria.
The things where you know feel here for the whole things where you know feel here for other country. Things were never here for this world before they happen. Since when they bomb me, now I go to hear say it happen. Why then they call it Nigeria? That country no be country. Now they can't go to that place now zoo. Make them just break that and make everybody just go. Make we get peace. Abi, any gbese wey dey down, anyhow we wan break to make them share am, make everybody go dey pay your own.
Go your.
Make everybody go dey deal with him criminals. Make Yoruba man go dey deal with his own criminals. Make Igbo man go dey deal with his own criminals. Make Hausa man go dey deal with his own criminals. Make South go dey deal with his own criminals. Make them just close eye. Make everybody just dey on his own. I dey tell you. But I come from where no reach us. Me, I even tell people say, okay, like Germany now. But for the history, we don't hear say Germany not developed before. Then get Western Germany, then get Eastern Germany, if I'm not making a mistake. But after some years, they say no pay them, then come back. We even divide, make everybody go on his own. Make we even go for like 20 years or 30 years. We could see what's going to happen. Then if we no pay us, then we'll come back. Me, I that. But
thank you
and
so
I wish.
much, Irumale. Thank you very much. You have a good one. Here is another caller, and this time it is the Prince Jejeman, representing.
Hello, my good general.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be for life, Mama.
God bless you.
At the hello, at the hey, well done.
That's Prince Jejeman. Please, Baba. Meanwhile, I have an announcement, okay? Yeah, I have this quick announcement. I just found out that Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube had about 3,000 people suspended, banned, and all that on YouTube. So this moment, right? I free everybody. So you may begin to see some old people that you used to see on this platform before, that you stop seeing them because of their unruly behaviors or violating this platform's, common sense rule. Respect other people or those who kind of came for me. Now I've released everybody from that lock now. You can possibly see them and they can be sent back there as well. I'm so sorry to those of you who are holding the spanner. You may begin to see those irritants again if they have not repented. So if you see them again, knock them that spanner, return them to that same lockdown, okay? But for now, 3,061 of those who have been banned from this platform in the last few years have all been cleared. The Prince.
Yes, Baba. Thank you, Baba, for releasing them from the cage.
I be now. It was just a single click.
I beg, I beg, make that behave.
Amen.
This temple, na holy temple, man, I behave here.
And they no can desecrate them with all their toxicity.
Yes, sir.
Or can they try to defend the rogues? You will return back to where we just brought you out from. Go on.
So, yeah, Baba. I want to touch two things tonight. One is about this private jet where Koolu go buy for This old airplane where go buy for Tokumbo airplane where send a new one.
You know?
Say there's something very dangerous about old criminal. You remember those criminals that went to steal an inside vault in UK? Remember them?
Yep.
You see how they take enter through, drill the house from hole, enter that place, go thief. Let's say small thief, if you do that kind of thing, old criminal. You see? So, Baba, one thing I want to talk with this, you see that plane where they go, where Koolu go by now. China, thank you for seizing it. One thing that I want them to know, this Chinese, Buhari borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow, nearly borrow the whole money there for China.
I know.
And also, as Koolu came in now, he himself, he don't carry plates, bamboo yala. They travel throughout the whole world, they beg. Anywhere they see Nigeria
get access to borrow money from people, correct people. Like this one are GPT. This one will borrow money, collect the money, keep the money for you. Because that's what they are doing. They borrowed money and then promised to give them crude oil. But what happened to the money? It's back into their pockets, sadly.
People will won't call their attention this night. Now, IMF. This IMF, you don't see say the money where they borrow, they keep to contract. You have seen it. You guys have seen it. If you guys continue to borrow Nigerian criminal money, to be sharing, buying private, old private jet and selling to Nigeria as new one, you have seen that they are not interested in developing anything. No infrastructure.
No.
Nothing is working. Electricity is not working. And you continue to borrow them. If you continue to borrow them on IMF, you guys that are there are criminal too. You are also a criminal. Yes, because if I have somebody who is working with a terrorist, is a terrorist. Somebody who is a friend to a thief is a thief. That's one thing we want them to know. Let us stop borrowing them, these people, our money. Because our children are owing. And hunger is everywhere in the land. That is one. China also, you have seen, they can't keep to their contract. Everything LGBT criminality. Stop borrowing them money.
Amen.
And let them continue to print money in Nigeria. Not only print, they print the money. Maybe they share them there. Then secondly, Baba, you see this Ajero, NLC and gang. Those guys, they are what I observe is that they are acting Nollywood. I be Hollywood. Which one are they act? You understand?
If it be neighborhood, because them be labor leaders. So if it be neighborhood, they are
neighborhood. Thank you, Barba. You know how to join word.
They try to follow your step now, but go on.
You see, Baba, these people, you know why they are doing this thing? Because last time they go to Aso Rock, they go collect money where they're less than a bag of rice for workers. Well, money where they no fit take buy food. We go Belefu family. Then they go collect, sign for them. They collect their own. They now come out, begin to speak a political grammar. It came to politically correct. Begin to praise through.
Say they won't shut down Nigeria if Ajero is arrested. What about other people that have been locked up? That have been locked up for years now, and the court disobeyed all the order and all of that. What does NLC? It's crazy.
And they come, Baba. They come now. Movie then they ask now. And they come there. You see, Baba. What I want to tell you is the after the don't go act movie with Koolu for Aso Rock finish. They can't come out. Can't they tell us say we have patience. I have patience with Koolu that things will be very soon. They will review it. Other 3 years, not be 5 years again. My ego, do you know why this thing they are doing now? This thing their police come out, they're treason, more than
and all this.
or it's just to create fear for those for youth where want to MSAS government and bad governance for October, so that they go use these people to create fear in their heart. They won't carry NLC boss. So
NLC president said they lock him up, but they don't beat this guy before now. That's when I believe that Omo is over Jare. This in a charade. They beat him up. Nothing happened.
My ego, even that beat where they beat him. You know, say they do cosmetic this thing for people. If they want ask him, it will be like say wound there for your face. They do and now my ego, you don't know. That thing, they tell you Nigeria na movie. Nigeria na movie. Yeah, when you go and go collect 70,000 for Nigerian people. Now I know say na movie, now in the app. You understand? This thing where you see said the police invite her. Now to create fear for people who want protest for their life, where the destiny, where they don't steal. You understand? Now only thing where they do be that. So make even this weekend welcome on the talk. He inside the movie also. You understand me? And Nigeria for
the guy
you.
fits them well. Now rough guy like them, they don't show I'm shaggy, but they, you know, the reason why I kind of like respect that Ikenga guy is not my guy per se. I just respect him, right? Is that man, no places or dig back for don't kill that guy. They burned down his family house, they burned down his papa house, they killed somebody in his own family. I mean, country home in Imo States. But he's still managing to kind of ward off Uzo Dingba. And that gives me kind of bar is yarning dust.
Wait, my the talk not true, but you know what they say for your own side.
Yeah.
Is either is innocently fighting for this NLC boss. But to me, that NLC boss now movie the act with the Koolu.
All of them.
You understand me? But if a Kenga no know what's in the happen, maybe they innocently just on the talk because see that one they talk like boss is an orator. You understand?
The lawmaker in Abuja. So that gives him a little bit of leverage among them. Is one of them. Thank you so much, Prince.
Baba.
Meanwhile, this you should know, if you not change your mind, though, we get 2 properties for Liverpool, Prince. If you use them, take them do hotels. Next time, Koolu comes to the UK. We can rate it off like the way they spend. You know, that time where they spend so much money in New York. If you get any 2 million, where you know they use, call me after the program.
Bread and bread. It go good for bread and breakfast. So
you get what I mean?
That place go good. That place go good for bread and breakfast.
But do you have any 2 million where you know they use for now, or you are busy?
Nah, I don't get 2 million. No, I don't get 2 million. I beg.
Or if you get them, but if you get them, if you put them down, right?
If I get them now, that place there for center now. Liverpool.
You know that this kind thing I like, right? Imagine if I get $2 million, right? I think just call the Chinese guy and say, "Come, I'll pay you $2.5 million, okay?" And guess what? The following day, right? If I was Igbo, right? I've just put IPOB Center formally. I mean, sorry, bought from the bankrupted Nigerian government. I'll just put that and say, or what do you call it? You know, I shall do something. We shall be like, say, you know, everybody go there. Now people want Nigeria gone. They don't buy Nigeria property small. I'm just saying, Prince. You have a good evening. Okay?
That's true. You talk. Baba, finally, I beg.
Oh yeah, it's still one. Okay.
I want to congratulate those coming for Yoruba Union Summit.
Yeah,
you know, I wish you a very good outing
now.
And also, we are having a Beech Biafra awareness program.
Yes.
You know, we are also having it in London on 24th. So everyone that is in London and outside London, please, you are invited. Many people are coming from America, from all over Europe. Yes, it's free.
For Saturday. So if you're in London around that time, why not?
Please, you're all welcome. I'll be there live. Yeah, well done, Baba.
Bless you, Prince. That's Prince Man, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller. But for some reason, I don't know. I'm feeling cold inside this room. It's been raining and then partially cold in Glasgow since last night. But for some reason, I'm feeling like I'm feeling cold. I hate feeling cold. So I'm going to take a short break. Put on my heating or the heater there. Then we can continue. I do have a caller on the line, but my caller, I know you can hear me, okay? Please hang in there for me for a second. If not, I'm not going to be all right. Seated here feeling cold. It's not freezing, though, but I hate cold. I'll be back. Thank you so much, my caller. I don't even know if I still have him there or her. Hello.
Mayegun.
Sir, thank you so much for your patience, right? I've been battling with this, what do you call it? It's not even like coming on. So, yes, sir, please. Who is this, please?
Okay. Okay, Mayegun.
I think it don't do okay now, yeah. You can hear me, Abi?
Yeah. Yes, Lloyd.
Lloyd, how you doing, Baba?
Baba, how you doing now?
I just do, my man. I just do. Same old.
Thank God. You get one question I want personally ask.
Okay.
And I say, yeah, all this we hear about presidential jet, presidential yash. So now, like, who be the captain of this ship or the yash? Or who be the pilot? Are they Nigerians?
Number one, they are not. And they are trying their best to keep that away. You see that part of information? I actually love it that you kind of raise it, okay? People are beginning to ask. What was that? Okay, Nigeria had Boeing. That's a Boeing, Boeing 727 or something. Then now Nigeria is going on to Airbus, which is the one that Tinubu just bought, right? Now, they will need to train those pilots that used to fly the Nigerian presidential jets. They will have to train them for like a year or two, I think, before they will start flying Tinubu. So practically, we have no idea the foreigners or those who are flying Tinubu as we speak. No idea.
To be honest, I really feel within me say now foreigners they fly.
No, they must be, but we can't really say if they are Lebanese, if they are French, or if they are Indians.
Could be this Saudi Arabia pilot. Could be Saudi Arabia pilot.
Okay, any clue?
The presidential Nyanshingo.
Who they fly that one?
No, who be the captain? I mean, I Koolu,
man.
Okay, this petroleum product where you talk, say,
scarcity.
No, you said you get one part of the program where you say they put petroleum products for truck with.
Oh, that's compromised, adulterated stuff. Yeah, they put Ororo for. Sorry, they put Ororo for the jerry can for petrol. Oh, sorry, they put Ororo for petrol tanker. That way, that one is better.
Then they can't put food.
Anything where you take and cook, what you are eating is that you are eating petrol. It's as simple as that.
Ororo like cooking oil.
That's right. Cooking oil. You will be say you get money. People they complain they don't get money, they don't get food. But you get money, you go market, go do shopping, food, everything. Carry that big jerry can for me, 25 liters. You carry 25 liters, cancer go house. You say, I mean, I don't buy anything in bit, I buy it in bulk. Imagine the number of people who have actually consumed stuffs like that. And right now, they are suffering different kind of health-related problems. They have no idea since there is no even equipment or enough resources to find out. In
a very working country, now national security should be this. So they're supposed to
national emergency.
I'm telling you, they're supposed to lock down the country now. Like they go the arrest Aigburth. So now, like, I want to talk something about
Aigburth. They plan treason or coup.
Aigburth self no serious in the first place. If he was a serious person, they will not have any reason to arrest him. Yeah, and what in Nigeria need right now national strike, like real national strike, like everybody. Because you remember that time way Boko Haram the president, like coups no they active, Abi. But some people with their parents they go work, they go bath in the morning, wake up, they go work, but their children they go school. These parents could not like strike, say, they go work. So what are you working for?
Why they work? Why no fit kind of like take care of my own responsibilities? Like you supposed to get mad one morning and be like, oh my, which work would they do, gossip? What kind of work? What kind of job is this?
The problem of Nigeria now, the organized workers where they work for these organized criminals in an organized abandonment. You understand?
When they live in an organized,
organized
contraption.
Abandonment, man. Like this, when my family no go buy Ororo way, this thing they inside the blood of Jesus. May God protect them.
Baba. See, we day here now. We have no idea what our own loved ones are exposed to.
Nigeria, so may they not go buy oil we be say crude oil the inside do. Can't go fry turkey. May God help us.
Amen. Oh. You have a good one, Baba.
Lastly, Mayegu, you never unblock me. I know if you comment. That's the way
you may need to leave the the old video like that, right? Like for example, like close can't relaunch it like that, yeah. Can't go back onto the video and tap it again. Comment should pop up.
I don't do all those ones. I they refresh my comments, no they pop up. My ban he don't help me talk for the comments. My comment no the show. So like one true emperor, it be like say that when they go rampage, he really like cause damage.
It just drag everybody and get you. Give it time, okay? You've been cleared from what I have on my screen, okay? Everyone is. So you have a good idea, Lois, okay? Nice one, man. So indeed, right? I have granted what everyone called amnesty. Now, if it is not popping up yet, something may be wrong with yours. How many of you noticed the Streamlab bot earlier? The robot of Did you see that? That's exactly that's how it works. The moment I reactivated everyone and like put everyone back up, your comments should be popping up afterward. And if it is not popping up yet, I'm going to say give it time, okay? Except for those who have been. Hey, I'm gonna. You might be right, too. I think he's right. It's not everyone. out of a 300 and something that I got out, right? I think I still have some left. So, Lloyd, I think you should try it again. All right. Meanwhile, that's what is it called? That Streamlab is going to pop up again in your comments. It's going to be telling you not to comment this, comment that again. I will remove it. Here is a caller. Hello.
Hello, Baba Mayego. How now?
I am very well.
Is your Bobo Akiola?
We are all good, man. How are you, Baba?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for the good work. We don't know how much we could say about that.
Thanks,
yeah, let me just roll. Let me eat the ground and roll. I was going to say, you see, this presidential jet, that one has small problem. What is facing us is a lot serious than this issue of presidential jet. You see, they are killing us. It's not just only this Koolu business. It's the Western powers. And I noticed one of your callers mentioned about Democrat government. They are terrorist government, and they have a different agenda for Nigeria. You see, the two specific one are this, this Boko Haram business. They are using them to terrorize our farmers so that they can push this GMO on the Nigerian. Yeah, the mountain. What they cannot do in America, this is what they're doing here. This virus business that they say they're spreading in, the research. I know that one. Yeah, that one is just going to be development. That is new. That someone needs to come as they are researching. They want to they're talking about the population, but they are fit to live. It's the people in Africa that are not fit to live because they want their resources and they're taking it by force. So you see, so there's a lot going on. If you notice, during the time of Trump, this issue of Boko Haram, they die away. Is America sponsoring them?
Yeah, I remember that too. I mean, it was the only presidency. Remember, it didn't die away per se, but it was one of those who confronted Boko Haram then that, why are you killing Christians in Nigeria? It was the only person. He said it to his face in Washington. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he did.
And
because it's not. Yeah, it was Trump because it was Democrat during the time of that. That's Obama. He's not a very good person, Look, when you're talking about these black people in America, he's terrible. They are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram. So what I'm looking at here is, so the life of Yorubas and the Igbos, it means nothing in the hands of the Americans. And because we got terrible, corrupt politicians, the way they are selling us during the slavery 400 years ago is a replica of what we're getting now. So the problem facing us is a lot more than this budget. Is how absolutely, because all these people dying now is because they impose. Your Bobo that Milokon is not qualified to be the president. We all know that. And when they were going to do such, privacy to find out that is it true, so that they can disqualify him to go and get information from America. Who are the people that covered up for him? So it's been compromised.
Same Democrats, man.
Absolutely.
See, that's why I said. See, this is why I said. So those who are like Nigerians who are not living in America, and then who have never been to America, so to say, right? Democrat Party represent evil to them.
Evil.
But you see those who are in America, who live there.
Yes.
They have a different kind of, because to them, they don't give a damn about Africa. You get that? They care about themselves as Americans, America inside America, and all of that. So, which means sometimes we are coming from two different backgrounds, from two different experiences.
Absolutely.
A lot of us will end up in America because America, these Democrats, so to say, because I am more particular about Democrats because I know their role in the time of, in the emergence of APC in Nigeria. It was Obama's campaign director, he was the one they employed as a consultant that helped them put together the APC propaganda of 2014, 2015. So those of us who are like from outside, we can demonize them as we want, knowing the roles they play in destabilizing Africa. They destroyed Nigeria. They allowed that Boko Haram to fester there. But that would be a different ballgame to an American, right? Who is going to say, no, Trump is this or that. Yeah, none of that. So I said it's from two different backgrounds. You get what I mean? But yeah, yours.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Hello? Okay. I can hear you now, yes. That's a small, slight glitch initially.
Right, you're back then. Go on.
Yeah. I'm back now. Okay, yeah. And to buttress this one, the same Democrats, yeah, when they're in Syria, they are, it's Trump that smoke out all the terrorists. That's why I say they died down during that period. Anyway, that's one. Number two, and concerning this Yoruba Union, with some of us that are not familiar with Scotland, how do we ensure that, anywhere we're going to stay that is close to where the action will be taking place, or how would that work out?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Practically, you just take a look at the postcode. The postcode of the venue does help. And the closest area is when you have the city center, we've got the Bath Street, we've got the Buchanan Street area. We've got few around, but if you use the postcode of the venue, it gives you the places you can stay in proximity to the area, not far, 5 minutes walk or 5 minutes drive, 10 minutes walk, and all that stuff. But we can make all of that.
Okay, so
go on.
So Bath Street is very close, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
You have a good one.
Anyway, there's so much to talk. Yeah, so let's give some other people a chance to talk, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Baba. Have a great time. Yeah.
And you
Pleasure.
too. That's a good one. I do have another caller, but there's also a quick reminder. Okay. So the program is coming to an end in the next 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes we've got left. So if you haven't really liked the broadcast in form of paying your own offering, please do so now. Before it is too late that you won't be able to kind of do that, right? Here is a caller. Hello. I don't think I've lost this caller. Or did I? Okay. Lucky you that you could possibly get back in again. Hello there.
Yeah. One
name. Osita.
Yeah.
How are you? People have been asking of you, by the way.
Yeah, I've been good, but
Where
I've
is
been
Osita?
Yeah, because I walk.
How are you, Baba?
I walk outside my city now.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. My brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the good work, and God will continue to strengthen you, move you from strength to strength, glory to glory.
Amen. Thank you so much.
We don't know you've broken the glass ceiling. So let everybody know about that. The issue about this American election, all these things that people go online and talk about.
Like I was just trying to let people understand where some of Nigerians who are not living in the US, where they are coming from. I
am so disappointed in people when they leave their own headache and they are talking about another person's headache.
You get?
I am so disappointed. That was one of the reasons. I am an Igbo man, but that was the reason I was somehow angry at the Igbo nation at a particular time when they were going, all of them, they were going to church. That period, when Joe Biden came in, they were going to church. They were praying to Almighty God that God should make Trump win, that Trump is sent by God. But I'm so sorry.
I remember that.
It was the same Trump that sold Tucano jets to Nigeria. I mean, that gave Nigerian government the Tucano jets to finish the Igbo people. It is the same Trump. One thing I used to tell people that people don't understand is that God is not a politician. It has nothing to do with politics. The politics that you look at today is the system of the world, is not the system of God. Even when Jesus Christ, the one that I believe in, everybody talk about, Jesus Christ, when he was on earth here, the Roman Empire was in charge of Jerusalem. He never spoke anything concerning the Roman Empire. So that is that. So when people come and start talking about, Trump, the thing that people don't understand about
this country or the West, their ideology, they call it their international relationship.
No, it's foreign policy. American foreign policy means American first. It doesn't matter whether it is Democrats or Republican, American first.
Independent, anybody, all of them, they have the same agenda. They have the same ideology towards you.
Us. Mm-hmm.
So when they have it towards you, they don't care about who is the president.
No, it doesn't
matter.
So
when you look at them, when they come to the foreign policy, their foreign policy is the same thing. It doesn't change anything. So we have to really understand it, that it is supposed to be African first. It's supposed to be Nigerian first. We will think about what is good for us. We should be the one to say how we should be governed, and not inviting people from outside to come and look at us so that they will give us Biafra, they will give us Biafra. I said this thing at that particular point in time in one of your programs. I said it that if we are waiting for the white man to come and give you Biafra or give you anything, you are joking, because they kept you the way you are and they wanted to continue this way. So that is my take concerning that. But I really want to ask you something about the impeachment of the Senate head.
Which one is that?
The Senate lead, the Senate president, Akpabio Olis.
Yeah.
Issue.
Okay.
Is that happening? Is it sincere, or they are just trying to divert our attention a little bit
Hang
from
on.
what
You are telling me something that it seems like I'm not privy to now. So is there any talk about Akpabio being removed as Senate president? Yeah.
That is what we heard, but they've not been able to. It's on the journal today, but we've not been able to digest
it is not a serious thing, because
thank you very much.
Osita, if it is something serious, I would have picked it. You know why?
Exactly.
That means I would have actually gone beyond just the headlines to see who and who is pushing it, and I can easily come here and say, oh, it's nothing. But I haven't picked up anything like that.
My brother, is a diversion. That is just what I want to tell people.
It must be
just a diversion.
I'm going to go look for it, though. Yeah, since you mentioned it.
Let us keep hanging in there. Let us keep doing what we do. The only thing, I was watching one of your programs that I didn't start from the beginning, your telecast, and the only thing that people don't understand, there is no way this contraption can survive.
No,
let us try something.
We need to keep reminding people. Yeah, not like this.
Let us try to do something that we've not done before. Like one of the previous callers said, if we do it, it didn't favor us. Maybe in 30 years' time, we can come back and say, okay, let's come back together. Okay. But as it is right now, none of this thing, and let nobody be talking about any election, because it is still the same result that you are going to get. Thank you very much, my brother.
Bless you. Osita, thank you so much. You know why I don't discuss American politics on Mayegu's Diary Political? I'll tell you. Because I cherish a lot of you's time here. The reason why you are here is simply because we have something that is happening in a place that we all come from, that they have endangered so much. And the best we can do is first to understand what it is that put our people in such a terrible situation, right? Then after understanding what it is, the next right thing to do is to see if we can actually stop that or change it. But there is no way that you can say in this 21st century that you can do anything, or anything can happen in your country in a way that you can, that something going on in your country, and then something is going on in America, and somehow somebody will say, it is not our business. Yeah, it is not. But at the same time, being in the know of the development of what is going on in the US is good. Because what happened in the US will affect all of us eventually, even us in the UK, all over the world. So it's good to have interest, but it doesn't make any sense for you, who is not a voter, who is not a resident in America, to be fighting and tearing yourself apart about their politics from Nigeria. It's ridiculous. But maybe we can't just help it. You see, the energy, I've seen a lot. Osita that just spoke just now, right? I've actually seen a lot. of the engagement and the whole fisticuff between Nigerians over American Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. As much as, you know, it is what it is, like people can't really look away. I just do wish that we have the same energy, that same energy that you have. A lot of you will be like, well, Nigeria, nothing concerns me with Nigeria. On top of this Trump. And then Kamala Mata. Some of yourself, don't they become so enraged? You know, don't they become so, I mean, I wish you can be like that about that contraption called Nigeria. Use that same energy, that same understanding, and all that stuff. I'm just saying, I wish. Here is my last caller. I'm giving you my last caller, just about a minute or two, because our time is so far spent now. But yeah, we still do have just a minute. Hello.
Yes, CA from Atlanta.
It is CA from Atlanta. How are you to this evening, sir?
Good. Been a while. I've been listening and watching, but all through the protest, I just said, let me just stay by the sideline and watch. Yeah. Two things. I think everything that's happening back home is just, you know, what they call him what they say is a very intelligent man, is clever. This is what he knows better how to do better, to divert attention.
They
have to divert attention.
Talents. They discover talents.
Yes. He had that talent in they say thievery. Talent in thievery, yes.
Talent for manipulation.
Manipulation. So they say it's intelligent. No, it's not. It's a criminal, it's a crook. So he divert attention, steal people's money, rile out some people, fight the Igbos. Just make noise, Igbo Yoruba, put tribalism, keep them busy. That's all he does. Keep them busy. But before the protest, I wanted to call, but I didn't want to jinx it. That protest is not the protest that will take Tinubu out. The one that will happen. Something's going to happen. Mark my word.
Said it's not going to be called protest. It's going to be called riot. I said, well, riot or revolution.
It's going to be something. I'm going to be something very tiny. Oh, you push me, I push you. Fight start. Before you know it, it's gone. Tiny stuff. Very tiny stuff going to escalate. Then finally, I don't want to take your time. This American election, just like Osita said, we understand what Osita said is what I want to say. America has a standard foreign policy. Whoever is in charge, they have the agenda.
That's right.
Whether it's in Iraq, whether it's in Libya, it doesn't matter. Whether it's Saddam Hussein being killed, it doesn't matter whether it's Republican or Democrat. They have a standard procedure of operation. So people are just assigning names. No, it's not names. Kamala is going to win the election because Trump internally has nothing new to offer. That's why he's going to win. He has nothing new to offer. People just think Trump is a nice man. Trump is a criminal. He's a crook.
See?
The guy is a crook.
That's why I don't talk about American politics here. You know something? Trump supporters who just heard you right now will be like, no, don't say that. Yeah, you are, and that begin to
I was in a space yesterday, in Nigerian space. They're talking about the election. It will be whether it's a Democrat election. People will see the obvious. They can do anything for Trump. Anything Trump does, they tell you no, it's not true. It's a lie.
I know.
They can kill. They can die for that
just
guy.
Like you have Democrat supporters too.
Yes.
Yeah, Trump supporters.
I mean, I think Democrats
how come are you liking this? I just gave you the background.
Yes.
Right? I gave you the background of why some of them felt like Trump is better.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know.
And like we said, it's not Democrat. It's American policy.
It's American
policy. They pushed APC into government. We know it's American policy. They have their reasons. They have their plan. Yeah, for a long time. That is it. About the oil and other factors. Nigeria is a gold mine. So if Nigeria is destabilized, the better for them. So that's just how it is. So people should just, don't stop assigning names to it. There's no name. American government.
Stop abusing ourselves. If you go read comments right now, I told you, Trump's. If I allow that line to ring another time, right? CA, another Trump's. If you be another Trump supporters, and I'm like, no, I want to talk about that contraption. Please keep Trump.
If you tell an average, one thing about Trump supporters.
Yep.
If they see Trump stealing from the port. Now you catch him with picture. They say it's a lie. It's FBI. It's fabricated. It's conspiracy too. The man can never do any wrong. That's the problem I have with them. He can do no wrong. Right. No, they're trying to put him to jail. They're trying to conspire against him. Everything he does is a lie. They can't say, yes, we know it's true, but they won't say that. They'll tell you, say, no, it's manipulated. It's a lie. Election was rigged. I live in Georgia, Mayogu. Yep. For you to rig election in America, Mayogu, even Yakubu cannot rig election here. If you bring Yakubu, you can't rig election here. It's tough rigging election. Georgia is a Republican state. For a Republican state to rig election for who? For a Democrat? I live in Georgia, Mayogu. It's impossible. And this will argue and tell you the election was not manipulated. It was not. They counted and recounted in counties. They counted and recounted severally.
Anyway, see,
let's not go into that.
I know.
Just are too sentimental.
I mean, so many people are going to be disappointed this evening that this is how we are ending the program because they would want to give it a follow-up.
Because people are not objective. People are not objective. That's why I don't like.
I get you.
That's why I don't like supporting people. I'm not a political person.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our time is now up. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much for always as well. You have a good one. Okay. So that's a CA from Atlanta, Georgia. See, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the program, the second part of it. And thank you so much, okay, for spending your evening with me again, right? Tomorrow is such a busy day. You've seen that I've not really been coming up in the afternoon now, right? We are having the Yoruba Union Summit this week, okay? So we are not having a large contingent of people, but we're having this, dedicated minds who are going to become the foundation of this massive, intrusive idea will become in the future. So everyone who makes it down is being part and parcel of something great. From tomorrow, we will begin to provide to those who have sent in their apologies that they won't be able to make it down anymore. Thank you, though, that you are not asking that you wanted a refund. You would have gotten a refund as well if you wanted. But thanks to the two participants who won't be able to make it down anymore because of, at the same time, to those of us who are coming from outside the UK to the summit, and somehow you've had your travel schedule sort of mixed up or almost messed up. That some of you won't be attending the first day. The first day there's not much, and second day hopefully you are there. I have had, indeed, I've also received a bit of an apology from another participant that won't be attending until the last day. See, all that matter is that to everybody that is going to make it down, we wish you a safe trip down here. And there is no sale of a ticket anymore. And I remind you this: if you do not really have any tickets, please don't come, please, because that means we didn't prepare for you. All right, so we are preparing for every person that we know is coming. All right, so maybe when we have another one that we not call it a summit, it's going to be called something else, and everyone can be there. Everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. But for now, this particular one is strictly by invitation, and the only invitation is your tickets to attend. It is deliberately put that way, okay, to control who and who actually comes through this first time. Thank you so much. From tomorrow, we have those who are arriving from the US to Glasgow for this same summit. And then I won't be in the studio in the afternoon and possibly the day after too. Okay, but I will see you tomorrow evening. Inshallah. Enjoy the rest of your night. Okay, or enjoy the rest of your evening. And you have a wonderful night. Thank you. And good night.
làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o. Ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé mú ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.